Flexibility seems to be the business order of the day, with HR, more often than not, tasked with delivering on the details of how to roll out a flexible future of work. This flexible focus makes sense. According to Growmotely figures, 97% of employees want some degree of flexibility in the future, noting they'd like to decide on how to balance time between being remote and being in the office. Yet flexibility isn't just about where work takes place. True flexibility could also include, according to recent CIPD insight, compressed hours, staggered starts, shift rotations, and more autonomy for workers. And with the government still intending to introduce legislation to support flexible working by default, although there is no timescale on this yet, even if employees at their workplace aren't asking for it, it's something HR needs to get its head around. At lastminute.com, Stuart Bagnall, Chief of Culture, used the pandemic to catalyse plans for remote work and ensure that all employees understood what flexibility means operationally speaking.
I think it's trying to offer as much flexibility as possible, but it's a challenge trying to design it. What limitations are there? What expectations are there in terms of office presence? And when we say flexibility, what does that really mean to people on a day-to-day basis?
At BP, according to Simon Ashley, SVP People and Culture, Trading, Shipping and Culture, their flexible working plans are purpose-driven to enable their people to decide on how they can work best to deliver on the company's new strategy.
We're going to have to do things differently, and that for us is really thinking about how people can be at their very best to tackle some of these problems. So agility, empowerment, trust, pushing decisions further down into the organisation have all been features of the way we're thinking about changing how we work.
Flexibility isn't just about ensuring the top level strategy makes sense and is well communicated though. At Pacific Life Re, the reinsurance business have worked to ensure that their attitude to work-life balance became more flexible, delivering more time off for their staff in efforts to boost well-being and resilience. The latter being an agenda point that, according to Gartner research, is rapidly shooting up the well-being agenda.
I think it's enabled us to be more flexible in the types of things that we do and probably kind of shone a light on things that we needed to kind of do more of. The kind of simple things that we did last year, which were kind of quite unusual, were introducing wellbeing days. And so having these kind of wellbeing days where the whole business were turned off on exactly the same day, you could physically walk away and then relax and not think about work at all because you knew that everyone else is off as well. So that was a kind of really kind of big benefit actually over the last year that we kind of saw.
Flexibility, of course, means a lot of different things to different people, with true flexibility not just being about where work takes place, but about giving more autonomy to staff over when work takes place and how it is delivered. With increased pressure on HR departments to deliver better resilience, engagement and productivity as business recovers from the peak of the pandemic, it could be that the tips of these HR leaders help HR to provide the flexible, successful future its organisation needs.